summertime in the Philippines. All you want to do is take a dip in the cold pool, hoping that it was in your own home. Well, you wouldn't have to imagine so hard if you actually went here and saw this house for yourself and imagined it as your own. My name is Julia. Welcome to another Presello open house tour. But first, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and click on the bell so you get notifications for whenever we release new YouTube videos. We're also on Facebook, so make sure you hit like and see first. And we are on Instagram, so please follow us at Presello_official. Alright, so on with the tour. We've only dipped our toe this whole tour of this house, okay? So let me start with the basics. Here we have a huge mechanical gate. So it's solid steel, frankly pretty hard to open, but thankfully it's automated. So thanks to these mechanisms, you would be able to open these automatically and remotely. So plus points, right? And going through the entrance walkway, it's super refreshing to see the pool on your right and see the 4-car garage on your left. Okay, also, it's very cool to see your solid wood entrance with your electronic door lock. Alright, so in the entrance, you have a choice as to where you want to go. So over here, clearly you have your main stairway. Over here, it's a path I will show you later. And then over here, we have a bedroom on the ground floor. Now, granted that this room is very open, has lots of powder-coated and tempered glass windows, there's a lot of things that you can do here. So you can turn it into a guest bedroom and whatnot. But since it does open out into the pool, and because it leads to a toilet and bath that also leads out into the pool, I think it's safe to assume that the best way to use this area is for activities or outdoor activities, right? But of course, again, if you want to make it into a super cool bedroom, why not? Alright, so down the hall, as I wanted to show you earlier, we have a 3-person elevator. So this one goes up all the way to the 3rd floor and down. So very convenient, very accessible. I'll show you later where it leads up to. But here, for this corridor, this one leads out into the utility area. So you got your dirty kitchen, your tanks and whatnot. But it also leads out into a common toilet and bath and your maid's quarters, as well as over here in the corner, a driver's lounge. As much as I want to show you the rooms themselves, the caretaker's personal items are in there, and we do want to, you know, keep their privacy, so we'll just stay away from those. But I suppose you can see them for yourself when you go here. Alright, but anyway, here we have a side gate. Now, we do have a front gate there, you know, the big one that I showed you earlier that moves on its own. It's always nice to have a second gate. Naman tayo, Pinoy tayo, sigurista eh. Alright, so over on the other end, it's a little noisy because there are tanks. These actually provide the heat for the multi-point heating system for the whole house. So you don't have a problem with, you know, your hot and colds. This again leads out into the pool. So, you know, it's very easy to get around this house. And so let's go back to the corridor where we came in from. And let's go up. But before I show you around the floor, let me show you where the elevator leads. Right, so it's at the end of this short corridor, and right next to it is a brightly lit powder room. It's small, but again, it doesn't even feel that way because the ceiling is high, there's so much light in. Alright, so now we go to the kitchen. So this glorious corner has marble countertops and a fully tiled backsplash. Okay, so obviously you've got lots of cabinetry here, lots of space for your baking and heating needs. Over here we have a small room which you could turn into another bedroom or a pantry, storage, what have you. All right, anyway, dining area. Now I can't stress how bright and how airy this whole floor is, thanks to these powder-coated tempered glass windows. Now, one of the unique things about this house is the fact that the windows are all generally doors. So this one is clearly a door because it leads out onto the balcony. But this one, it's still the same window, door, but you know, it's only used as a window because you can't really go out, right? And that's what this is for, safety. But for the most part, you are gonna love this because it really does let out so much air in. And that is super appreciated here in the Philippines, right? All right, so over here, same deal, lots of light, lots of breeze coming in thanks to these enormous windows. And one of the things you might be wondering, what is this? All right, it's like a half floor up. You would be correct. It is a mezzanine level junior master suite. But it's up to you if you actually do want to turn it into a bedroom because so many windows, right? Like you might be concerned about privacy, although easily remedied by curtains. But personally, I think this would work better as an entertainment room. Like imagine this semi-private area for your entertainment needs, gaming, TV, consoles, what have you. But you still get to see the kitchen, the dining, and the living area. Cool. But of course, again, if you did want to make it into a room, you still have your closet space over here and your toilet and bath. Whatever you want to do with it, either way, it's gonna turn out awesome. All right, so onto the actual third floor. I love how the colors of this house are very neutral. You've got grays, you've got whites, and you've got this beautiful wood color. Okay, so these are, by the way, solid wood. And then the bedroom floors are made of engineered wood, which essentially means it's, you know, anti-pest, anti-deterioration, essentially meant to last you a good while. And so that you may enjoy your home with this kind of flooring for a long time. All right, so again, huge master bedroom, huge windows, lots of light, lots of air. And here, more light and more closet space. And of course, your toilet and bath with a hiss and hers sink. Of course, your complete toilet system and your shower enclosure. All right, let's head out. See, I love how everything's just so bright. All right, so again, out here, you've got your elevator, and check this out. You see how this isn't level with this? That's because there's actually a ramp here. I wanted to point that out because I wanted to be clear that this house has made itself very accessible for everyone. So you've got an elevator, you've got a ramp. Basically anyone and everyone, disabled, elderly, children, they're gonna be okay here because everything is easy to move around in. All right, so anyway, onto the final bedroom. You've got closet space on the left, as well as the ensuite toilet and bath. Lots of light as usual, and which comes to no surprise that the room itself is still, like the rest of the house, very, very bright and breezy. This room also comes with its own balcony.